All right, everybody, we're going live in 5 minutes. If you have not registered for some of these great prizes, it's your last chance to do it. If anybody needs a chair, just let us know. We'll get more chairs out. There's no purchase necessary for the prizes, so come on down and make sure you filled out the form. And we're going to do the second drawing halfway through the show, and then the cruise will be at the end. Thank you all for coming. This is crazy. This crowd is crazy. Thank you. And we're going to do the picture at the end of the show after the toast. Kim says we should do the picture before the toast because you're going to leave after the toast. But I said, no, they're not going to leave. 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
No, definitely not. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, yes. The only challenge
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the Gulf of Mexico as their backdrop, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Resort on Fort Myers Beach, here are the hosts of the dinkiest podcast in America, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Wow. This is crazy right here. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. I hope if you're watching that you were able to see how big the crowd is here. They're not here for us.
No, for those of you who are new here, it's like this every week.
Every
you should
week,
come
yes.
on down.
Standing room only. So we appreciate you coming out. It's the 1-year anniversary of Margaritaville, and we're going to have the folks from TPI and Margaritaville come up and talk about the last year and talk about some of the things that are coming up in the future for the resort. And we also have a special guest. But first, I promised Brandon I'd give him a big shout out. Brandon Collier from Collier Creative is the guy who did my truck.
I'm going to give him a shout out. I'm going to wring his neck. Where is he?
He did an awesome job on the truck. I don't know if you've seen it. It stands out a little bit. It's a little bit of bright yellow. But he did this kind of sunset on the side of the truck, which really made it so much better than just a few logos on the front and on the sides. So he really did an outstanding job. And I'm still married. So he said, did the wife like it? I said, well, I'm still married.
Whoa.
It's a lovely day on the beach.
It is.
So, yeah.
You know what? He did a great job. It is a very nice wrap. It is bright, but it is tastefully done, which I'm so shocked if you had any input in it, but it looks fantastic. If it wasn't the only vehicle that you had available to you to drive.
So one of the things that was weird was that I started cleaning out the garage and I started throwing out some of, my trophies and pictures of things back in 30 years ago.
You just have to throw that out there.
And she's like, well, why are you cleaning out the garage? This was before I told her I was even getting the truck wrapped. I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of crap in here that, that we're going to die soon. So we might as well get rid of it. Who wants to have somebody after us get rid of all this stuff? So now it fits nicely right in the garage there. So, and she's got the whole driveway with her nice new vehicle.
And I was a little bit irritated with you. I've been a little spicy lately.
Yeah,
I think I'm tired. So yesterday you were laying around, and every time I come home from work, he's laying around. I get up in the morning to go to work, he's laying around. I'm like, stop being so lazy, which is the worst thing you can say to him. So he got up, started cleaning everything, papers everywhere. I said, I need the information on our homeowners insurance because, as I know, everybody here in Florida knows, our rates went through the roof. So I'm like, that's it. I'm getting new insurance. Give me the information. He comes out with a stack of files, they're like 3 feet tall. So I walk in to get the new place. And the lady's like, what are you doing with stuff from 2012, 2011? She said, you can just get rid of that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
why do you keep everything?
I don't know. When it comes to homeowners insurance and taxes, I save my tax stuff because I'm always afraid to get that. We've all gotten that letter, that white envelope from the IRS, and you're afraid to open it because you think that it's going to be, I'm going to audit you, and then your life is hell forever. But I mean, we live 20 miles from the beach, and our insurance went from $1,500 to $6,000 a year. I mean, it's insane that.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but
I
it
thought
did
that's
go
what you
way
told
up.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. So the other things that are going on, I want to make sure everybody knows that the Tree Festival, the Women's Club Tree Festival, is going on at 1:00 today. The chili contest is at 4:00. It's at Bay Oaks, which is, you could basically walk down there after you had a few drinks. You should walk down there and work off the calories. There's a bar down there too. So just look at it that way. Park here, walk down there, a few drinks, come back here.
And you're all safe. You're all safe from hot dogs being in your chili this year.
That's right.
Because
no
he's
hot
out
dogs
of
in the chili.
contest.
And tomorrow is our show with the mayor. The mayor's walking around. I saw him walking around somewhere. John King is here. Councilman John King is here. Thank you guys for coming. Before we get to our friends from TPI, we have a very special guest that we're going to interview for the first part of the show. If you're familiar with WKRP in Cincinnati, that TV show, let's hear some applause. Good. Lucky for you, Gary. We got a lot of old people that watch our show.
Hey.
We have Gary Sandy here from WKRP. Come on down, Gary. He is a friend of a friend, and they're down here visiting, staying here at the resort. It just happened to work out where Gary is going to share some of his time with us, and we appreciate that.
Have a seat.
About old people. I'm older than everybody here.
How old are you, Gary?
Well, Christmas Day is my birthday.
Oh,
Christmas
you
Day.
ruined the surprise.
Oh, no, well, I didn't say that.
You got to sit down, Gary. You're making me nervous already. Have a seat.
I will be 79. Next year, I'll be 80.
Wow, you are in great shape.
You know what it is? Clean living.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Well, here you go.
Happy
Here's
birthday.
A happy
We got your
birthday
gift,
gift for you.
Very
Do I
nice.
look at it now?
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look at it now. Here, I'll hold your microphone. You see how far we've come? We still have microphones with cords, you know.
Yeah.
Some things never change.
You got I can't change it right now.
We got to get you in the
You
picture.
got to get you in the picture,
Yeah.
so we got to put you on there.
So, Gary, you were tell us about how you got in show business. What got you in show business?
Oh, my goodness. Well, the first thing I ever remember was I was in about the 5th or 6th grade, and there was a speech class. And I gave a Bob Newhart stand-up monologue in the speech class. And the guy asked me if I would do it for the school assembly. So I did it for the school assembly, and everything was totally different after that. Everybody treated me differently, the students, the teachers, everybody. And I thought, I'm on to something, and this is what I want to do all my life. And so that was it. I mean, I've always wanted to be an actor. And one of the nice things about WKRP, which we're going to talk about, right? It was about radio, which I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of music, and I'm a fan of acting, and that series had all three things. It was just fantastic gig.
Now, for anybody that's not familiar with the show, what was your role in WKRP?
I have it pretty well pigeonholed that if you're under 45 or 40 years old, you don't have a clue what this show was, what it was. My character supposedly was a whiz kid in radio, and he came from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and changed the format in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was born in Dayton, 50 miles north, so it was a big feather in my cap. So the series was about a radio station, which I just found absolutely fascinating. When I read the script, I knew it was going to work. I really wanted that part. And I had a screen test with 10 guys.
Really?
About 15 years later, the casting director at MTM showed me the tape, and I deserved that role.
And so you were the program director.
I was the program director, right, right.
That back in the late 70s and early 80s was really when radio was its heyday. There were a lot more battles in big cities. I mean, the personalities like in Chicago. Is anybody here from Chicago remember the incident at Wrigley Field? What was the guy's name at Wrigley Field? Do you remember the DJ's name? No, it wasn't Brad Meyer. Yes, Steve Dahl, that crazy promotion that they did. And then all of a sudden, everybody in the stands was frisbeeing albums into the. Oh,
I don't know about this.
Yeah, I'm sure Deborah remembers that. Yeah. So, but that's when the radio battles were something. Now it's kind of calmed down a bit.
You mentioned Wrigley Field. There was a buddy of mine that said, "Have you ever been to a Major League Baseball game?" And I said, "Well, yeah. I'm a Cincinnati fan, you know." And I said, "Sure, I have." He said, "You ever been to Wrigley?" He said, "You ever been to Wrigley Field?" I said, "No." He said, "You ain't never been to a baseball game."
Yeah.
Wrigley Field was too much. It was great.
Yeah. So does anybody remember the funniest radio promotion on WKRP in Cincinnati? What was it, Nan? The turkey drop. That thing lives on in infamy. Everybody remembers that.
You know, we did a lot of nice shows. I don't think any of us thought that was going to be that big a deal.
Yeah.
I think it had a lot to do with Gordon Jump, the big guy, who was the nicest man that ever lived. And only he could deliver that line. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Yes, yes.
Gordon Jump.
Now, do you stay in contact with, like, let's see, it was Lonnie Anderson,
Jan Smithers,
yep,
Tim Richard Sanders are the only ones left.
Trap.
Oh,
well,
my
three
God.
guys have gone.
Yes.
Gordon's gone, Frank's gone, and Howard's gone.
Yep. Who was Dr. Johnny Fever, right?
Yeah. And then Frank was the sales guy with the matching belt and shoes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of like you have something like that on yourself.
So is Lonnie Anderson, what is she doing? I mean, talk about, I know my wife's going to smack me, but I mean, she was back in the day. That was one of the first beautiful women on TV.
She was
right,
absolutely fabulous.
Yes.
And
be careful, you're walking into cancel land.
Oh, please! If I haven't been canceled by now, after everything I've said, I'm never going to be canceled.
I'm surprised you haven't been shot.
Truth be told, that Jan Smithers was just as built.
Yes.
Except they dressed her loosely.
Yeah. I don't know what built means. I have no idea what that means.
Sitting right here next to you.
None of the guys in the audience have any idea what that means. So, no. So, do you stay in touch?
Like you said, like the house.
Yeah. Do you stay in touch with everybody, or is there going to be a reunion show? I mean, that would be great.
So I think that
sponsored by iHeartRadio, because they'll bring you back for one show and then they'll fire them the next day, right, boss?
I don't think so.
Sorry.
They did a new WKRP years ago in syndication, and I didn't want to do it. I just wanted
let it
to
go.
Remember the old show.
Yeah.
So I doubt that they will. And Tim is doing really good. Tim Reed, he's got about 3 or 4 TV shows on here.
Did you? What else?
Well, let me just ask. What was your favorite? Was there one favorite episode?
I thought it was fantastic. It was
the whole time,
or was a thing called Less on a Ledge.
Yes, I remember that one
that we ever did. We did 90 or 92 shows. Howard and I used to argue about it. I said it was 90. Howard said it was 92. We were both right because 2 of the shows were an hour long, so we did 92 half hours. And the 7th one we ever did, we were cooking already, was about Les Nessman, who was accused of being at the locker room at the stadium, and so he threatens to jump off the ledge.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the other storyline is to get Johnny off of Jennifer's back. He tells Herb that she used to be a guy.
I don't remember that. That's a long time ago.
It is funny.
So so ran for 4 years or 5 years?
4.
4 years. And now is it still being played on one of the cable channels?
Well, if it is, I don't get a dime.
I was going to say.
I tell you.
How much money did you make from the show total?
Not a lot. I'm serious.
Really?
Shortly after KRP went off the air, everything changed, and the Seinfelds of the world came out, and they were getting $500,000. Believe me, we didn't get anything like that.
What was your check per episode?
Listen, getting kind of personal here.
I
tell you what, who is this guy?
Somebody should have warned you about that. These people don't even flinch at those questions anymore.
Coming. They all know it's coming.
But you can reserve the right to take the fifth.
I mean, was it enough to buy you a Mercedes or a?
It was about equal. I'll tell you what.
Oh, go ahead.
I had to be unionized in 3 different unions.
Oh, wow.
Equity, which is stage, AFTRA, which is American Federation of Television Radio Arts, and SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and I made more money in theater than I made in anything else.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did a lot of theater.
What are you doing now?
Mostly lately, I do a lot of radio drama, which is really interesting.
No kidding.
You can read it. You don't have to memorize it. You can read the stuff and then go off and do a scene and come back and read some more. It's very, very satisfying.
Where is it airing?
Sirius
XM?
Well, you can see some of it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I do it across country in different theaters.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
very nice. Now, what brings you to Florida?
I came.
This weather, this
kidding.
resort, right?
Well, they're you guys,
of course.
But
you're going to rethink that by the time this is over.
my dad years ago bought 2 pieces of property down here, and my brother and I have decided to sell the 2 pieces. So I came across to reminisce before we get rid of the property, because it's kind of, Dad put some money out.
Yeah,
but we're not going to build.
Yeah.
And property in Florida is you're gonna make more than your KRP checks on the property in Florida. That's
so.
For sure.
Did you come down here a lot back?
Yeah, quite often. As a matter of fact, I haven't been around here in a long time. But
what were some of your favorite places to eat out or hang out or get in trouble?
Yeah, do tell.
I hang out in Sarasota, Safety Harbor, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Wow.
When you were on the beach, though, were you on the beach? Was there a place that you would go to?
Lauderdale and Miami.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
What is it that you want to accomplish in your acting career now that you're going to be 80?
He's not going to be 80.
He said he's 79.
Give me another year.
Were you lying to me?
79 this Christmas. Yeah, this
very nice.
He's 78.
What are you doing for your birthday, by the way?
My dad's probably on there. My dad.
I don't know. What, you're going to buy me a cup of coffee?
No, I get the coffees, not you. No, what else do you have on your plate there?
I'll be hanging out over in Lauderdale.
I see. Does
Right.
anybody have any TV questions they want to ask Gary? Anybody in the audience want to ask?
Please.
It's always
Something.
it's always nice to have people ask some
Something
questions.
besides these two and their
Yeah,
money
yeah.
questions.
So, is there what was the most fun that you had on the set at WKRP? I
No,
mean,
what was
it
the most fun you had off the set?
Yes, tell us something behind the scenes.
Yeah, give us some juice.
Have you ever been to prison?
Yeah, did anyone ever get arrested?
No.
Okay.
Tell us a secret.
No, I can't.
No, you can.
No,
Nobody's
I can't, I
watching.
can't.
There's nobody here.
Nobody's watching.
It's a
No, no,
completely
no.
empty audience. Come on, Gary.
Did
let
you
it rip.
guys hang out together?
Gary, you're going to be 80
offset?
years old. Nobody gives a shit anymore. Come on.
Right. Everybody hung out. It was a family. It was really truly a family, and it's enabled me to do a lot of theater like I like to do. I've done 3 or 4 Broadway shows. I've done probably 90 theater pieces all over the United States, all over Canada. And one of the weird things was the show was most popular, KRP, in South Africa.
Really?
A radio
Crazy.
station brought me over to South Africa, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I just started to throw that
Do you
out.
have
That's
any?
interesting.
Do you have any albums in your house? Like vinyl? Do you have any vinyl?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have something to play it on? For the kids out there, anybody under 30,
You mean a
there
record
used to
player?
be records that
Yeah,
people would
right.
play on a turntable with a needle you would have to buy.
I have a lot of albums,
Yeah.
and they're all scratched.
Yeah. Who's your favorite band?
Ooh, now you're asking me too quick.
Best band of all time. Come on,
Well,
Gary.
I don't listen to a couple of songs by the Little River Band. I used to
Okay.
like that,
Yeah.
reminiscing. But I was a big Elvis fan,
Elvis fan.
Yeah,
My mom
and-
was a
and-
big Elvis fan
and
too.
Jerry
Yep.
Lee Lewis.
Yeah.
And I got to know Jerry Lee. I tried to get the rights to play Jerry Lee's life story.
You
when
look a little like Jerry
when
Lee
I was
Lewis.
in my 20s, and I got to know Jerry
Yeah.
pretty well. And he was a maniac.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
Right.
a bit of a pervert too. Back in the day, he
No,
was.
I don't know
we're
that.
being honest.
Who knew that?
Wasn't it Jerry Lee Lewis? Or he married his cousin. That's a little weird.
No, it was his second cousin. Come on.
Well, okay.
Maybe third.
Anybody have any
Good
questions from
Lord.
the audience for
What was
Gary?
the most controversial show? Was there kind of a show that people were like, a
That didn't air.
topic that didn't?
Is there anything in
The
the hidden
Who
vault?
concert. The Who concert was a big deal.
The Who concert.
When we did an episode about the Who concert where people were killed at the stadium in Cincinnati.
Oh,
But we figured that if we didn't do something about it, and we were supposedly a radio station in Cincinnati, and we didn't do something on that topic, it wouldn't be.
I don't remember that. I don't remember
Oh,
people
it's a
being
great-
killed
it's a
at the
great
Who
episode.
concert. You guys remember?
Great
What
episode.
happened to the people at the trampled at the concert
Trampled.
or something? Okay.
Yeah.
What
It was a
year
big
was
deal.
that?
Oh,
That's
geez.
does
I don't
anybody
know.
remember what year that was? We're going back a ways now. So
Right.
any final passing thoughts you want to share with our little dinky audience, Gary Sandy from
Well-
WKRP in Cincinnati?
I'm impressed about the Yellow Army out
I
here.
know. telling
big
you
hand
what.
for the
Holy
Yellow Army.
moly.
Yeah.
My
This is-
pleasure.
This is the new thing, this podcasting thing. You should maybe start a podcast.
I tell you what, you're doing a good job.
Thank you very much,
You
Gary.
and this-
Thank you. Thank
Lovely.
you
Do you
so
know
much.
this woman here?
Yes, I do.
30 long years.
Shake my hand.
Yes. Thank you very much. Gary Sandy, everybody.
Thank you
Big
so
hand
much.
for Gary coming on. Thank you, Gary.
Hope it wasn't too painful.
Oh, no.
Thank you for bringing
See,
Gary,
I'm
my
walking
friend.
now.
Yes. All right. Before we get to our next group of guests, everybody. Oh, the wind
Boy,
is
you're
just
falling
tearing
apart
it up
there.
here.
Let me
I need
help
a little
you
help
out.
with the. I got to tell you about. You've heard about some of these sponsors. All of a sudden, when the show started, the wind went crazy. We're going to do a couple more drawings for the day passes. Right after I tell you about Jorge Barrera, he's one of our sponsors. Can we get a big hand for Jorge Barrera? He usually comes to the show. You'll see him on Sunday if you come to Wahoo Willie's to see the mayor's show. Unlock the door to your dream with realtor Jorge Barrera, where knowledge, experience, and integrity come together to elevate your real estate journey. Because everybody down on Fort Myers Beach is on a journey right now. And we want you to buy your piece of paradise property. And you give Jorge a call right now at 239-719-9893. 791-9893. Let's give away some day passes to that little pool across the street there. Come on down, Ashley. All right, come on over. We need somebody to pull the tickets out. How about Councilman John King? We know he's fair and even. We'll get him to come out. Come on, let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up. We don't have all day. All right, we're going to give away passes to the pool. We're going to hold the 5 passes out, and then as soon as these are done, we're going to put it back in for the grand prize. So get your name ready. All right. He's unlocking it, so it's totally safe. It's hermetically sealed. All right. The first winner is, remember, need handwriting is good. Larry Kleiss. Larry Kleiss. All right, Larry, come on down. You get a day pass to the pool. Is this for Ashley? Is the pool for one person? Are they winning a pool? Okay, they're winning a pass to the pool for one person? Huh? Nah, I like to do it this way. All right, the second winner is Becky Kalitsky. Becky, you here? That I hear yelling in the back. Becky is here. Very nice. All right, 3 more to go. Come on down, Becky. Ashley has your pass right over here. If you haven't filled anything out yet, you still have time. You can fill out this little sheet here. Cassie. Oofies. Cassie Kavanaugh. Cassie Carahuya. Cassie. You got to work on your handwriting, girl.
Jake did it.
Oh, you blame it on the guy. I believe that. Guys have horrible handwriting compared to ladies. All right. Jerry Dussing. Jerry, are you a 2-time winner? Oh, I thought you won earlier. Oh, that table, this big winning table right here. Kathy Falzon. Kathy gets a pass. Let's do the other 5. We'll do all 10 of these, and we'll save the cruise for the end. All right, and then we're going to do, and we have a cabana. We'll do the cabana and the cruise at the end after our interview. Annette Albers. Oh, Annette, I love your handwriting. Very neat. Annette, are you here? Annette is here. The passes. Ashley has the passes right here. 4 more to go, everybody. Raise your hand if you need service, if you want to order a drink, if you want something to eat. Raise your hand. They'll come right over. We have yellow shirts in the back. Kevin Sullivan. Kevin is in favor of the new Seagate development. So if you want to talk about it, come and see him. No politics today, everybody. I promise. No politics. Where is she? She's yelling at me from somewhere. Beth Innes. Beth, where are you, Beth? All right. Very nice. Okay, this is good handwriting, but it's Bria Parent. Bria, did I say that right? Bria, Brieja. Did I say it right? Bria. Very nice. All right, Bria. And Brenda Bartow. Brenda is our last winner for the day passes. Now these tickets will go back in the drink there for the grand prize packages of. Wait, did we give the last one away? Is Brenda Bartow here? Okay, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the entire team from Margaritaville and TPI are here. Tom Torgerson, Mary Torgerson, Robert Kisbeth, Yenier, Tracy, and John Damerman. Come on down, everybody. Big hand. These are the folks that are running this place. I don't need that anymore. Just grab a microphone. Come on over. Sit wherever you want. We're going to have to share microphones. And if you guys have questions or anything that you want to say to any of these folks, come on over. It's as if you guys didn't know you were coming up next. You should have been standing right next to us in the green room here, next to us at the bar. You're going to have to turn your own microphone on, dear.
They're all fighting on
all
their
right.
seating
Come on
assignments.
over, everybody. Robert Kisbeth is here.
Don't
Robert,
be so shy. Come on,
Tom.
let's go.
Come on, you guys. Sit down. We're the ladies.
Come on, there we go.
Tracy, last time, just so you all know, last time I saw this entire group was when we were inside the lobby there. The entire resort was empty because the island was evacuated for Hurricane Milton. And we were all in disbelief. Like it was like being in the Shining, where they were in that hotel room, and there was nobody else in the hotel. It was completely silent. And we were just standing there waiting for the storm to come through to see what happened. Of course, the 3rd storm or 5th storm or whatever it was. Are you guys going to sit down or sit in the back row there? I mean, what's going on? Well, it's like you guys have never done this before. Come on.
Well, you can't
Get
get
up
them
here.
all on.
That's
Do you
all
want me
right.
to back the camera up?
No. Well, no, it doesn't go any back further. Come on. So
Well, I'm going to turn it because you've got a lot of things to your
last time
side
we were
there.
on, John and Tracy were not here. So, John, tell everybody how you're doing and how you're dealing with all these storms that come through this place. John.
What storms?
Yeah, right. When you guys heard that this Milton thing was going to have this these kinds of waves and things like that, I mean, what were you thinking? What went through your head?
Not again. Yeah, it's hard to imagine having 3 hurricanes in our first year since opening, but we did. August we had Debbie, in September we had Helene, and October we got Milton. They gradually increased in intensity, as you all know, and we did everything we could to get ready for Milton, but there's only so much you can do, and we had a lot of cleanup afterwards. So
yeah. So for folks that don't know, tell everybody how long it took after you acquired all the land to actually get. Now you've got a plan, you go through. By the way, everybody, you want to talk about getting an enema when you have to go before the LPA and the town council. These guys really took it in the shins. Nothing compared to what's happening now. Nothing. It was total extortion back then.
No, too. This area was not looking good.
Yes.
Before these guys came here and took this over. I mean, it was looking rough.
Yeah,
So,
it was like the ghetto. It was. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but really, yeah, it was not pretty to come over that bridge and see some of the stuff that was here. And so from like when you have a plan that finally everybody kind of agrees on, because you did a lot of community outreach when it was too big at the beginning, because you understood it was too big, and then you kind of taper it down. How long did that whole process take?
yeah, so the crazy thing, we're here today to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the opening of Margaritaville. We're here today to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of putting the first parcel under contract.
10 years. 10 years, everybody.
10 years ago this month, we acquired the first parcel. In May of 2018, we were approved after a lot of, as Ed mentioned, a lot of iterations of the resort and what it came to be. We were approved in May of 18 by the council unanimously at that point. There were a lawsuit filed against the town that took a year, and a judge ruled in favor of the town, and then it was appealed, and a 3-judge panel in the summer of 2020 ruled or denied the appeal. So we got the green light in the middle of COVID, the middle of summer of 2020, and lenders looked at us, in typical banker fashion. They looked at us like we had 3 eyes, because we were asking to build a $150-60 million resort, and nobody knew what the world was going to look like with COVID. So
Yep.
that was 2020. We finally got a shovel in the ground in 21, and 13 months later got hit by the biggest hurricane to ever hit the U.S. when Ian hit us right on the nose. We recovered. We opened, planning to open in August, September of 23. We ended up opening a year ago now in kind of a staged fashion. So it took a long time.
So how is it that 10 years, COVID, hurricanes, how did you maintain your stamina to
Keep
go
going.
ahead? No, come on, you got to say something. How did any of you maintain your stamina
Yeah,
to
move on over
sort
a little
of,
bit, Tom.
stay the course? I mean,
Who ordered the wind all
what-
of a sudden?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom. Or John. Yeah, you're on.
What was the question?
How? You know the question. You're stalling.
Stamina. Yeah, the 1-year part. John did a pretty good job there on talking about the 10-year part. The 1-year part, I kind of like to refer to it as a feedback year here, Ed. Okay, there we go. No, as a weather year, and John alluded to that. We had the 3 hurricanes, but we really started off a year ago now in phases, opening the resort, and the climatologists declared it by the end of the winter to be the coldest, wettest winter that we've experienced in Fort Myers Beach in 86 years. So that was how we started and opened the resort. Then we got into May, and May was it was like full-fledged summer, if you remember. If you were down here, it was hot. I mean, we had a really hot summer, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not good for hurricanes. But we had a really hot May, and we rolled into June, and then we had that 10-day event. You guys remember the 10-day deluge, the 10-day rain event?
Yep.
That really kicked off our summer. And as John says, August we had Debbie, and we had that FEMA emergency berm out front that really did a nice job protecting us against this resort against damage, from Debbie. But it was a small berm, relatively speaking, compared to the nourishment that's going on now. That if you do walk out, as Ed suggested, and walk out to the beach and see the massive cubic volumes of sand that's being delivered onto the beach here, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'd say our beach was only about 150 foot of depth prior to this nourishment. It'll be 300 foot of depth after the nourishment. They're raising the elevation of what we had before by 3 feet, and that extends out over the additional 150 feet. So if you're a good mathematician, you can do the cubic yardage to that, but it's really is.
Don't say
We
anything.
know who's not going to be giving you those figures.
If I could just rewind a little bit. So you know, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on Fort Myers Beach with development. You want to talk about public benefit. If you didn't know, because you've just been following us since the storm, there's a parking lot across the street called Wasting Away. That was land owned by these folks that was donated to the town. That piece of property over there is generating revenue on a daily basis for the town of Fort Myers Beach. This piece of property that you see all this road construction out front here, there's going to be some goofy roundabout kind of thing that the state thinks is going to help with the traffic. That is property that was donated to the state and the county that they're working together on changing the traffic pattern. They donated that property to those entities.
And these are not inexpensive pieces of property.
Yeah. The other thing that many of you know about is a 25% discount for everything that you purchase here. And you purchase as a resident of Fort Myers Beach, not everybody here. Those are just 3 of the, 15 or so public benefits that you guys listed. The other thing that you may not know is that when they first proposed this resort, back when the council was goofy, they proposed a seawall that would have helped at least save parts of Times Square that they would have paid for. I don't know. What was the length of it, Tom or John? What was the length of it?
It started in front of the Edison House, and it went through Times Square, and it stopped at the Shuckers. It stopped at the Shuckers because their buildings were so far forward of the setback line. But I don't know how many feet that was, but that was the stretch of it. It would have doubled as a seawall. You wouldn't even seen it or noticed it as a seawall, because on top of it would have been a boardwalk, and it would have been a public boardwalk that you could walk the beach from Edison House down to Shuckers.
And that was something that you were going to build and pay for. You weren't asking the taxpayers to pay for it. You were going to do it.
That's correct.
Yeah. And now what we have, it can't, obviously you didn't know at the time that the storm was going to come through and do what it did to Times Square. And it may still have done that to it, but at least it would have helped protect some of the wave action.
Some of it.
Yeah. Do you think some of those buildings would have survived? Anyone?
Absolutely. It would have busted up the velocity, and there's surge and there's velocity. Now I'm going to get scientific, but the two together are so catastrophically damaging when you get both. Floodwaters, just generally rise slowly, and the moisture is the damaging element of that. But when you take 150, 155 mile an hour wind like we had with Ian for 10 hours solid, and on top of the surge, then you put the velocity, that's what's so damaging. So the armoring wall, as it was called, would have broken up that velocity. So the homes that just simply washed away off their footings wouldn't have that velocity impact. Yes, it got wet. Yes, it had the flooding impact, but they wouldn't have had the velocity impact.
So, the other thing that, in addition to all the delays, by the way, there was a lawsuit that was filed against the town and that caused a delay, or you guys would have been open before Ian, right? You would have been open way before Ian, and you would have, right? It was close. If there was no lawsuit, you would have been open before Ian.
Yeah, we were approved in May of 18.
Right.
and we had a really a 2-year construction period. So, had we put a shovel in the ground in, say, August of 18 instead of August of 21, fast forward 3 years, we'd have been open a year before Ian hit.
Right.
But you know what?
But
It is what it is. It is what it
You're
is.
here now. So talk about what's here. For people who don't know, for people who are watching, how many rooms, give us all the amenities. I mean, everybody knows about the pool.
Robert Kisbet.
Yes.
Robert, you're the CFO?
COO.
COO.
Sure. So obviously the resort is.
Go ahead.
The resort goes across Estero Boulevard, which we'll talk about the walkway in a second. But the main resort, which we're sitting on the Sunset Terrace, has 234 rooms on this side. On the other side, we have 30 beachfront rooms on that side. Obviously, we're sitting at the License to Chill bar. And then inside, we have the Margaritaville retail shop. Behind us, we have a spa with treatment rooms, massages, hydrofacial. Yanier can tell you all about the.
Oh, I love the hydrofacial.
Can you really?
Yeah. You want to tell them about the spa?
Have you had a facial in there? Because I have. So it was fantastic.
How was your
but
experience
It was
there?
fantastic.
Now, Yanier is the general manager of the resort and been here doing that. You've been here from the beginning, but you were the general manager 9 months ago, 6 months ago, took over.
So I would say 6 months ago, and I'm being part of the team since the very beginning. It's been a pleasure being here and go through all this process, not only with these guys over here, but also with all the team at the resort.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that you guys,
Let him finish talking about all the amenities.
Sorry.
And stuff. Go ahead.
So obviously the Sunset Terrace, beautiful way to view over the Gulf for
30
sunsets.
years.
And then there's Coconut Telegraph, which is right below or right before the bridge. And then when you cross the bridge, we call it Building 2, but really the beachside building has JWB, which is the only conditioned restaurant that we have on the resort. But it's definitely fine dining, opening at 4 p.m. Wonderful place, great place to have a wonderful dinner. And then down below is La Di Da, which is our beach bar. It has sand seats, so picnic tables on the sand. You can eat there. And then what I think is the jewel of the entire resort is the Fins Up Beach Club. Incredible. I keep forgetting the number of gallons, but I think it's about 300,000 gallons.
It's
of water.
a lot of gallons.
It's a lot of gallons of
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And we have a 5 o'clock somewhere restaurant that
Yes.
services that entire club.
And there's chairs on the sand. There's chairs outside on the beach as part of the resort. But one of the things, raise your hand if you stayed in a room here so far. Oh, there's more people out there that need to get a room. Well, I don't mean that in a sexual way, but hey, whatever. Listen, if you have a chance, walk through some of the.
If any of you want to take him and stay, be my guest.
None of
I
the
could use
dudes.
a break.
It's not a dude thing. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But if you have a chance, walk through some of the hallways to look at the detail. You have to look at the walls. You have to see some of the pictures and the paintings that have everything to do with Fort Myers Beach. Right, Tom? I know we've had that conversation before, how you paid attention to the detail of being local. Okay, Tom, thank you very much for your input. He come up to me before the show and he said, I don't want to talk too much today. I'm like, Tom, you talk all the time. Why all of a sudden don't you want to talk? What's wrong with you, man?
Yes, we did try to set a flavor here that really is kind of really like a Caribbean island getaway, but yet you're still in the coastal United States of America. And I do think we hit the mark really well. But decor, artwork is very much custom and reflective of Fort Myers Beach. We had a goal at the outset to make this really an outdoor experience for the most part. As Robert said, we have one conditioned restaurant. All the others are open air. After last winter, they all have heaters now. But open air, and people come here. I don't care if you're from Minnesota, Wisconsin, you're a Hoosier, you're wherever you come from. You come here because you want to be outdoors, and you want the salt air, and you want to be by the water, you want to be by the beach. You're tired of, you've got cabin fever, you really want to get out and interact with Mother Nature. And this resort is really designed in that fashion with that theme in mind.
Go ahead, dear.
No, and I was going to say, too, that whether you get a room here or not, know that this place is open. You can come in, you can go to the restaurants, go to the bar, you can hang out, you can look around. It is open to the public. You need a pass for the pool, but which is well worth it. But yes, you can come and enjoy this view and the food and all that it has to offer around here. You can get really good coffee. And the lady over there, I'm blanking on her name, super, super nice. The staff, that was one of the first things when we came here, the staff here.
Yes.
Yes, big round of applause because so nice. All the way through, every staff member.
Yeah. The other thing, please, when you walk across to get to the other side, use the damn walkover so Adderholt is happy that you're not walking in the road. I mean, and that was a talk about another public benefit.
Bathrooms.
You didn't need to build the walkover, right? You got the walkover in there as part of a public benefit. You have very clean public bathrooms with very, very soft toilet paper, by the way, which is... I mean, that needs to go. Thank you very much. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. You need the soft toilet paper because the last thing you want to do is wipe your behind with sandpaper.
Oh, I'm so glad to be coming after that comment. You also have rooms over here for conference rooms, special event rooms, correct? Yes.
Yes, we have the.
Okay, what number are you on?
Number 3.
No, you're on 4.
Yeah, we have here in the on second floor, we have all the ballroom space. We can accommodate up to 300 people on those ballroom space, and we're always open to take weddings, dinners, any kind of celebration, but also executive meetings
parties.
as well. Perfect parties as well. So someone was here celebrating 21 years old.
Yes.
That was
29. I was 29.
29 a couple
couple
months ago.
Couple of decades ago. Yes, go ahead.
And we're waiting for you to come back next year and celebrate it with us again. It was a fantastic party here.
By the way, if you all have a question for anybody about the resort or anything like that, just raise your hand or come on down. I mean, they're here and they're happy you're all here. And one of the things about the last year that I want to kind of talk about was the pool it's a spectacular pool. I don't know if you've been to the pool, but it's amazing. It's a heated pool. They have great DJ Cease. He gets people doing some crazy things in the water.
They have great conga lines. They have gator racing, blow up gator racing.
But being that it's so close to the beach, those last 2 storms just totally filled the pool with sand. Yet you guys, there was like 1,000 people in that pool digging out sand, it seemed like. And then you were open within a week, especially after the second time, which I'm sure you have a routine now that you know what to do to get the sand out of the pool. So, I mean, it had to be like totally depressing. The second time, the pool filled with sand. Like, it's crazy how that happens, John.
Yeah, we had.
Go ahead.
Obviously, we had Helene, and Helene filled the pool with sand. Didn't do as much damage as Milton because we didn't have as much wind as we got or as much surge. It was a combination of those 2 things, but it managed to fill the pool. It took us a week, and we reopened the beach club, the pool, and 5 o'clock on a Friday, and the following Thursday is when Milton hit. So we were literally open 5 days, and Milton came, and we'd shut down a couple days prior to Milton to prepare and do what we could with furniture and equipment in the bar restaurants, get it up high. We actually stacked equipment on the car stackers that are in the parking garage below us, so we could raise them up and keep them safe from the surge. But anyway, yeah, it was. It took us a week. The second time Tom and I walked, we spent the night at Tom and Mary's during Milton, and the next morning we walked the property, and it was a lot more damage. You know, there was much more surge and wind, and so we lost all of our landscaping inside the beach club, and between La Di Da and the beach club, the garage doors were kind of blown out.
Wait. I need to tell the story about the garage doors because if for those of you that were watching the videos from the storm surge, and I don't have any idea why, but I'm totally fascinated with storm surge. I wish I never see it again, but to see how violent the Gulf of Mexico gets during a storm is just crazy to watch. I mean, you can see it now how calm it is. So I was staying in the far room so we can get video, and I heard in the middle of the night, I heard this loud crashing noise. Like that didn't make any sense. Like there was a party going on. And I knew I was the only one over there. So I got up the next morning and I couldn't believe my eyes. What happened was the dock that's out on the other side of the netting was lifted up from the storm surge, and it just shot right through the 2 garage doors, which I don't think you guys could plan for that. It didn't happen the first time. And then I looked at it like, oh shit, that's even worse than the sand in the pool. And it was just bizarre to see the dock completely shoved through the garage doors. I mean, it was the craziest thing. You think you know what's going to happen. And then I watched the palm trees, boink, boink, one at a time, just go down thinking, please stop, please stop.
I don't know if people have put it in perspective, but Milton had the highest surge and was the second most powerful hurricane to hit Fort Myers Beach in recorded history. So that supersedes Donna. It supersedes Charlie. It only is second to Ian. So we've had so many storm events that I kind of like to refer to it as that I think we've become calloused. You do kind of get used to it, which is hard to believe, but we're so used to it that we just think Milton was another event. It wasn't just another event. Milton is the second most ferocious hurricane in terms of surge and velocity to ever hit Estero Island.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was the wind that was the issue or the rain. There wasn't a lot of rain. It was just that storm surge. Can you imagine if we would have got hit head on with that? It would have been brutal for a community that's just 2 years out from a major Category 5 hurricane. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, what do you guys think? I'm going to have to ask you, but because that's what everybody's talking about. What do you guys think, John, you first, about the development that you're seeing now going on the island?
Well, we're very supportive of development and redevelopment. We all need each other. We don't view competition as a bad thing. We view competition as a really great thing. We have, as Robert mentioned, we have 254 rooms here, but we've got a lot of food and beverage outlets. We need a lot more people than just our guests. We need people from other resorts, people from other hotels, people that stay in the VRBOs. We need everybody. And so, obviously we would like to see it controlled.
What does that mean?
Well, we really jumped through some hoops, as you know, and we were held to some standards within the code, which we figured out a way to do it. We built 3 stories within a 40-foot envelope above flood, which was what was the requirement. And so we'd like to keep it, in a similar fashion, but we're certainly sure, but the reality is we all lived through Ian and destruction that really was unimaginable. This island, when we came back, the day after Ian was, just unrecognizable from what it was.
Mhm.
So, the town is in a tough spot. It's you need redevelopment, but you got to balance that with, still sticking to your code, your land development code, your comprehensive plan.
If John, if you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but I mean, nobody's watching. If you were on the town council Monday, how would you vote?
Good question. I
why
don't
I'm
live here, so it's different for me. I'm not a resident, and I think if you're a resident, if you're opposed to it, you speak out. But I would probably vote in favor of the project. I mean,
Okay.
it's again, it's gone through the process. At the end of the day, not everyone is going to agree, no matter what the decision is. But I would probably support it.
Tom, you are a resident and a business owner.
I think its location is a standout. I would voice myself if something like that was trying to come into the downtown district. We have a real charm here. We have a real vibe here. And I'd like to see, maybe there's going to be more height in the downtown district, but not much more. I think the charm kind of goes away. The vibe kind of escapes us if we grant too much height in this district here. In the residential area that we're referring to, given the red coconut property, the size of that property, I can see it being approved, but not if the neighborhood's against it. So I mean, it's not really our voice.
When you say the neighborhood, do you mean the neighborhood that's basically right around there?
Right, that area of the island.
Gotcha.
It's really kind of their place to speak out, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah. Robert, anything you want to throw in there? Okay, I didn't think so. By the way, if you have not filled out one of these sheets, we're giving away a cruise at the end of the show. We're giving away a cabana at the pool, but you have to fill it out before 12 o'clock, and that's 7 minutes from now. And then we're going to do a toast.
And the little tumblers.
That's
there.
what we're doing. Apparently.
So you get to keep those.
Oh, very nice.
After, right? Did I just give the farm away? So super cute.
Nice.
We got to get one of those up here to show it on. They are so cute.
And then we're going to do a picture with the beach in the background there. So please don't leave, because this is going to be the biggest picture that we've had. And I want to say, for the last year, your staff here for our show has been amazing. We love working with the staff, and it's a shame today's going to be our last show here. And I'm just kidding. You guys didn't seem to care. I mean, you look like, oh, big deal. So
we know, Ed.
You guys, the ladies in the back didn't get a chance to say anything. So Tracy or Mary, you want to say it? By the way, Mary has a lot to do, along with Megan and the Women's Club, Nan, with the Women's Club Tree Festival going on at Bay Oaks. Is there anything that you want to throw in there, Mary?
I just think it's been a heck of a journey for our whole team, and we probably wouldn't do anything different, because where we're at is awesome.
Awesome. Very nice. And they are members of the community. If you didn't know that, they live here, not too far from here. Tracy, anything?
All I can say is thank you all for coming out, supporting us. It's been a journey. 10 years ago, wow. 1 year ago, we opened. And all I can say is I'm so proud of our Margaritaville team, all of our employees, and we love them all.
Very nice. Yep. And they're working hard to take care of everybody. Anything that you want to promote coming up? New Year's Eve is coming up. They have a big celebration. You can watch the fireworks here. It is free. The fireworks are free this year, so you can come up. There'll be a celebration here on the terrace. I'm sorry, Ashley, did I miss something?
Yanir's got something to
Yanir,
say.
go ahead.
So we're having, moving forward, a lot of celebrations and a lot of activities here at the resort, all the way until January 1st. So we are having next Saturday, Dan Allen's band is going to be here at the terrace, and we're going to have the bike festival also happening next Saturday, that we are all very excited to be actual an sponsor with you
Yeah.
guys on that event.
Before you jump ahead, the bike parade starts at 4 o'clock at Bayside Park. There's going to be music at Bayside Park. The mayor is the organizer of the bike parade. Because there are too many dangerous side streets, you're going to ride your bike. You decorate your bike. You decorate your body. You ride down to I think around Diamond Head. They're going to come back. You could lock your bikes up downstairs in the garage if you're going to ride your bike, and then the Ben Allen band would, I think, be playing on this lawn here. So that's next Saturday, and it's free. But we are asking that you bring a toy for the Beach Kids Foundation. So if you could do that, that'd be great. So that's next Saturday.
Yeah, we also have then on Christmas Day, we have a Christmas buffet here at the ballroom. So we basically are going to do a celebration same way that we did during Thanksgiving Day. You guys were also a guest on Thanksgiving Day. So how was the food that day?
It was so good. I will say that the grouper was phenomenal.
I had 3 plates of cheese broccoli that day, and I didn't go
You
to.
had lots of other things. The
I know, the
salad
cheese
was
broccoli was good.
fantastic.
Yeah, the buffet was outstanding.
Yeah, it
so,
was. So
yes.
many choices for everybody, whether I don't eat meat, so there was all sorts of choices for everybody.
And we will have multiple choices as well on Christmas buffet. We also have the JWB reservations. There are going to be still some reservations open. All our restaurants are going to be available as well, and the bars are going to be open. And we also are having our New Year's Eve celebration. We are having a DJ at Larida and a live band here in the Sunset Terrace. All these activities are free activities and are open to every single person that would like to come and celebrate New Year's with us here.
I can't stop staring at his hair. It's got perfect hair with the moose in it. It's just a perfect setup with that. Where is your accent from?
I really owed myself a haircut.
Yeah.
So.
And
But they took me to Minnesota last week. It was freezing, so I didn't have a chance. to have a haircut.
That's the kind of training you have to go through if you work at Margaritaville. You have to be sent to Minnesota in the winter, and then we know you're tough enough. So,
is that the first time you stood on a frozen lake?
It was the first time on a frozen lake. It was the first time that I was exposed to temperatures under, I would say, 45 degrees, maybe 38 degrees. So, and I left for Myers Beach, 45, and I landed at Minnesota basically around
zero.
Oh, no, thank you.
And I remember, I flew with Robert, and Robert was telling me, now is the worst part is coming right now. And he was absolutely right. Me leaving the airport and getting to the outside area just to get the car.
There's no heat.
That was the hard
Did
part.
you have a puffy jacket on?
I did.
Were you wearing Were you wearing shorts from Florida?
I couldn't. Oh, in Florida, no. I was well prepared. So they prepared me for what was coming. But then we were all together in a resort, and I saw how Minnesota people were wearing shorts, and I couldn't. I could not even remove my shirt.
He's up there in snow pants, gloves.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the audience that wants to say anything to the folks at Margaritaville? Or you don't have to ask a question. If there's anything you want to say, I don't want to leave anybody without anything to say. If they want to come up, and we just want to thank you for everything and appreciate that you're having us here for this big celebration. And what we really need is we need about 5 or 6 years without a storm. That's what we really need. That'd be nice. No more sand in the pool.
20 years without a storm.
How much does it cost if somebody wants to go to the pool today? What's the day pass cost?
So for the day passes, today we have it the regular price is $65.
$65. Okay.
It's important that you look at our website. So because we are prices can change, and it's going to be based on demand. So always the right price is on our website.
All right. Are you guys ready to do a toast? It is 12 o'clock, and that's what we promised. I don't think anyone up here has. Does everybody have a drink? Does everybody have their little cutie cups?
Do you want me to turn the camera around?
I have an extra. Oh,
They
wait.
know how you behave when you drink, so
unclosed
that's why
it.
they're taking you away from them.
That's all right. You could turn it around, but we're going to wait until they have a drink here, and then I'm going to let Tom do the toast, or John, whoever wants to do it. We're just going to wait for everybody, and then we're going to do the picture. So please don't leave, because this is massive. We're going to
Now,
have.
what's in the little cups again?
Yeah, what is in the cup?
What is in the drink?
So it is our Christmas and New Year's Eve special margarita.
What's
So
what's
it is
All right.
mistletoe margarita. Yeah.
Mistletoe margarita. Very nice. Are they
Does
bringing?
that mean people have to kiss after they drink it?
Oh yeah.
Go over there, dear.
Are they bringing the drinks over for the bosses? All right. So don't forget, folks. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we're gonna reveal who the leaker at Town Hall is. So let me fix the sound here first. Sorry about that. Somehow the Facebook sound went away. All right. How about Mary picks the last one?
So this is for the cruise.
We are giving away a cruise of your choice. Mary is picking out the name, and then we're going to have
How many
Tom do
days
the
is it?
toast, or
Nights?
John, whoever wants to do it. All right, here is the last winner of the day, and we appreciate you all coming out.
We're trying to work with this wind. It really
Yeah,
kicked
it was
up.
picked up right at 11 o'clock. I want a big hand for Gary Sandy for coming on and spending some time with us. Thank you. WQRP in Cincinnati. Are we waiting for the employees
Yeah,
too?
we're going
All
to
right,
bring
very
the
nice.
employees
Bring the
behind
employees
us, so
down.
Come on, everybody.
All right, this is the last prize. Thank you very much. Chris McCabe. You are going on a cruise. Very nice, Chris. Ashley.
They're all in the back. Don't ask them.
Ashley will have Tom or John. Any final thoughts for the folks out there before we do the toast? Any final thoughts for everybody? John?
No, I would just say thank you very much for coming. I'd like to wish a Merry Christmas to everyone here, everyone watching on Facebook. And thank you again for being here. Thank you for all your support, everyone who's been on this journey, this 10-year journey with us. Thank you.
Crazy. 10 years.
Tom,
Crazy.
any final thoughts?
Tom?
It's been a journey, and it's been a great journey. We're so grateful for the support of this community. And when I say community, it's not just residents of Fort Myers Beach. It's Lee County. It really takes all of that to support this. This location here in our immediate area is the number one tourist destination in Southwest Florida. So it obviously takes a tremendous amount of support from a great area, and we're just really grateful to be a part of this community. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, John, I'm going to let you do the toast, everybody. Put your glasses in the air, everybody. 1 year anniversary for the Margaritaville Resort.
Here's to our 1 year anniversary. Here's to everyone who has supported us over the years on this journey. And here's to the TPI team and everything they do every day to take care of our guests. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, drink up. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being guests on the show. And before we let you go, everybody, that's it. Everybody, we're going to do a picture right here in the corner so you can see the beach in the background. So come on down, and then buy a few drinks. We appreciate you coming and sitting around watching this show. Thank you all. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's get a picture.